All right. Sticking with the offense, what do we expect the receiver rotation to look like, minus Tony, minus Pitts, quasi tight end, of course? How do the receivers stack up?
Top two, Jacob Copeland, Justin Shorter. Those two guys put up similar stats last year. You're really looking for somebody like Jacob Copeland to break through, Justin Shorter to break through. Justin Shorter is a former five-star, transferred from Penn State, had his first year at Florida last year, had some big highlight plays, but some big drops as well. Jacob Copeland, case of the drops a good bit last year as well. But those two guys, from all accounts, have had really good fall camps. Jacob Copeland was a highly regarded receiver too. But his problem is not really his problem. He's just been behind some really, really good talent. I mean, Florida's put 6 receivers in the NFL the last couple drafts. Freddie Swain, Josh Hammond, Tyree Cleveland, Van Jefferson, Kadarius Toney, Kyle Pitts in some form or fashion of wide receiver. I mean, Florida's had no issue finding wide receiver. I mean, behind Alabama, you could put them up there we can put them up there with anybody else the last 2 years. So no fault of Jacob Copeland for not being able to necessarily break through when you're sending guys to the NFL. So this is his chance, his year to break through. They're not going to have a Kadarius Toney. They're not going to have a Kyle Pitts. Now, you may have a group effort led by those two with Trent Whittemore, Xavier Henderson. Trent Whittemore, somebody I'm really high on, played really well in the first couple games last year before he got injured, didn't really hear much once he got injured and tried to bounce back a little bit. Xavier Henderson has a high recruiting profile as well. He was a true freshman. He was in that second set of receivers last year. Florida would start the game with Tony, Pitts, and Grimes, and maybe one other receiver. And then they'd platoon a whole second set of receivers in, and Xavier Henderson and Trent Whittemore would be in that big second set along with Justin Shorter last year. So you would think, those two guys just elevate their game, will be that third receiver, be that fourth receiver for the Gators this year. But they won't have that passing threat out of the tight end position like they had in Kyle Pitts. You're not replacing Kyle Pitts. Now, can you get a combo of, Kamori Gamble and Keon Zipperer from the pure tight end position, and then somebody like Justin Shorter to help with the replacing the receiving portion of a Kyle Pitts? Yeah, it's going to be a group effort to try and replace what Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney brought to the table. Florida's deep there. Shorter and Copeland lead the way as far as experience, and they'll have to find some other guys along the way to help bring it up. But it's been the same question the last couple of years. Hey, Florida's lost this group. Who's going to replace them? And they've been able to replace them. Let's see if they can do it again.